I'm doing.
All right. I'm recording, Eileen. So
You're recording.
Yeah. It's just you can't save it very easily. Probably that's
I
why.
can't save it at all.
Yeah,
It,
so
it says it has to convert, and then it takes 3 hours to convert, and it doesn't work. So
No, yeah, it's going to take a while. Yeah. Okay.
my
I'm
head is hidden somewhere. So,
all right.
hi, Jerry.
And I'm just realized I'm wearing a shirt.
Connecting to audio. Ellie, where are you doing these paintings?
Brigantine.
Wow, nice. Hey, Jerry.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you.
Just 1 second.
I was taking a nap.
Jerry, my hat's off to you.
Why?
Get it? My
Oh.
hat's off.
Now I recognize you.
I don't understand.
I walked past his house yesterday on Sunday, and and I was wearing a baseball cap, and he didn't recognize me. I stood right in front of his house for like 5 minutes before he recognized who I was.
Well, that happens. And then you see somebody out of your own
of
element of where you are.
Yeah, out of context.
Yeah. I have a million pieces of paper here. I have no idea what I'm doing.
How do you think I feel?
Hey, Snickers.
Who's that, Snick?
Hey, Snickers, baby. Mia's in bed. She ate a big dinner and she went to bed.
Well, he likes to zoom in on meetings.
Oh, wow.
Mia would, but she's not the center of attention, so that's not good for her.
She does
do you meet a lot on Zoom?
Me?
Yeah.
Jerry,
Yeah.
I guess with clients, yeah.
Do you see a lot of
She
clients?
does I do a board meeting with the Atlantic Care Healthplex once a month, and he's part of it.
See you on the board.
Yeah.
Do you know who's coming to the meeting tonight?
Yeah. I know as much as you do.
I don't know who's coming to the meeting tonight.
Nobody tells me anything.
Nobody tells me anything.
Well,
I mean, I go by the calendar and the time on the calendar. I know you're going to be there, and I know Scott's going to be there, and for the most part, I'm going to be there, but I have no idea what else is happening.
My lovely husband is not going to be here because he's got a meeting at the Shoal tonight for the for Belleem.
he just did a press I saw.
No.
Or not a press, baby naming.
A baby naming.
Baby naming.
Yeah, it was on Facebook.
There's a big difference.
Especially since the child is a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that Lois's granddaughter?
The mother is a rabbi.
Oh no, this is an old one. Yeah, the mother's a rabbi. The mother's her daughter.
The mother's whose daughter? Ellie, the mother is whose daughter?
This is, wait a second, this is from 2017.
Oh.
It's one of those things where it comes up.
It comes up on
Facebook.
So the child is now almost ready to be a bat mitzvah. Okay.
The child had her bat mitzvah. Yeah. No, that, I guess, wait a second. Oh, this is the baby of them. It's the youngest. And she's now 7. She's 7 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's nice
So
that
this
it finally came up on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know how sometimes old pictures come up on Facebook from years back, and
yeah, but I don't
usually
usually post them.
Well, she did.
Yeah.
Well, that was nice. Hi, Jim.
Hey, Jim.
How's Judy?
Fine.
You have a niece or something who wasn't well?
Great niece, and we haven't heard any bad news about her, so I assume she's doing better.
I have. She's been on my prayer list since Judy told me God 3 or 4 years ago. So I haven't seen Judy, so I haven't asked.
3 or 4 years?
Yeah. Yes. It feels that long ago.
I don't think.
Last time we saw Judy was at Sophia's that night for the annual meeting, I think.
Yeah,
Right, but this is, Judy had contacted me. Judy contacts me for other things too.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, 3 or 4 months might, maybe.
No, it looks like 2 years maybe.
You know what? Check,
Last-
ask Judy to get in touch with me.
Okay,
Hi, Jeffrey. Linda. Hi, Linda.
Good
Hello
evening.
there.
Hey,
Linda, you look so serious.
Oh, I had to reinstall Zoom. I couldn't get,
Don't. I've been playing with Zoom all afternoon today.
oh, yeah. Well,
I had to reinstall Zoom too.
There was an upgrade or something. And my computer is so old that it won't do any upgrades, so we're doing the best I can. I can't conceive of getting another computer. I don't use my computer for anything except this. I use my phone for everything.
well, it's okay. Seems to be okay.
It's working right now, yes.
Mine's 15 years old. This one's 15 years old.
This one's about 15 years old.
Oh, I just got, we were at Smitty's for dinner tonight.
Where?
At Smith's
Smitty's.
Clam Bars,
The
Smitty.
clam bar, they're still
Yeah.
open. They usually close on Labor Day.
I know they stayed open for 2 weeks. They'll close on Sunday, I think.
Were
next
they crowded?
Yeah, we waited a half hour.
That's not bad.
Well, it was 5 o'clock.
You know what?
During the week.
That's one
off
bottle of
season-
beer.
Yep, but during the
bottle of
week
beer.
off season,
Incidentally, the what's it called? There's a clam bar or something behind the crab trap.
oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Krusty Krab.
What is
Krusty
it?
Krab.
It's Krabby
That's
Patty.
part, that's part of the crab trap.
It's fabulous.
Yeah.
I was there for a late lunch, early dinner, and it was wonderful.
so
What's it called?
Krabby
Krusty
Jacks.
Krab.
No, Krabby Jacks.
Oh,
Krabby Jacks.
That's it.
Exactly.
So
Yeah,
Eileen,
they'll be
you're
close
the,
soon
Eileen,
too.
you're the host of the meeting. So I just wanted you to look out for anybody in the waiting room.
Oh, well, I have been.
Good.
This is it.
Okay.
This is
All right,
it. Where's
start the meeting.
Shirley?
Where's everybody else? Where's Shirley?
Still waiting at Down Beach for us.
Are you kidding?
No.
Well, did anybody show up at Down Beach?
I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't get a phone call.
No, we emailed that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but nobody reads emails. Nobody reads texts. Nobody reads anything.
The only people I text was Linda and Shirley, and I spoke to Roz. She's not coming to the meeting.
She's not coming to the meeting?
No, she didn't. That's another Gail. She didn't join us for dinner. She's not coming to the meeting.
No.
Go no.
Oh, well.
Did-
But is this going to be it's still a couple.
They'll show up eventually.
We're the best of the best are here. That's all.
We have
That's
some
it.
recommendations and what have you. So-
Yeah, started
But
already.
we've got some good recommendations, and I'll tell you, what's his name? Came up with a humdinger to sell.
Sam.
A piece of paper.
Sam.
Sam, which would give us a lot. Oh, here comes Leslie.
There
Which
you
would
go.
give us a lot of money. All right, as soon as she's in, I'll call the meeting to order. We don't usually do it till 7:00.
Yeah, usually 5 after.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just walked in, so I need to take care of something.
Go ahead.
Okay, we'll wait for you. Hi, Leslie.
Hi, I lost you.
No, we're here.
We're here.
I'm hosting it tonight from my end, so if anybody is screwed up, it's me.
I'm,
All
I'm
right.
recording it on Vimeo, so.
Good.
Okay, and I'm going to call the meeting of the Israeli Investment Club of South Jersey to order at 7:03. So we've given everybody a couple of extra minutes to get in. I'm going to dispense with questioning about the minutes because I know that we all read them and we agree with the recording so that we don't have to approve and second and all that. That saves some time. I'm getting smart with this. And what I do want to do is should we wait for Linda to come back?
Yeah, we can wait.
Let's wait for a minute.
Should only be a few minutes.
Yeah, because then we'll just get a treasurer's report. And I think the big thing is what Sam wants to do. And with what he wants to do frees us up a good sum of money to make some really good purchases. At this
Get out of
point.
my face. Yo. Come on,
Oh, Ron is coming in, Seth.
get out of my face.
Seth,
Jeez.
Ron is in the meeting.
Oh, there you go.
Ron, are we going to see your face?
He's logging on.
Okay. He is, hi, Ron. It's nice to see you.
It was nice to hear from you and good to see you. And I
Well,
saw
we're
Jerry.
here every month with shining faces.
I will be shining along with you.
When do you go to Florida?
Going to be a little later this year, probably around November 15th. So, will we be in the JCC or
Hopefully we will.
Hopefully by next month.
if not, have we looked into an alternative?
Do you have an alternative? We did it from
I was
Shirley's
thinking,
house one night,
okay,
and we did it from Rabbi's house one night. What is your alternative?
I was thinking possibly Bethel Synagogue has a lot of rooms. I haven't asked them, just, talking. I know our Jewish War Veterans Post meets there. That could be
You
a
know what, Ron, get
possibility.
us some information,
Okay, well,
whether there's a fee or a donation. Right now, we're paying a donation. But they give us a room that has a huge television that we can Zoom from, so that's the perk.
okay, so we need a TV. I will check
Well,
on it tomorrow.
what we need is the computer on the TV for
Yeah.
Zoom.
Okay,
Our next meeting is October 9th. And we're booked at the JCC for October 9th.
Yeah, because
okay.
the beginning of the month is Rosh Hashanah.
Right.
yeah, so let me see if
And November.
I can find, and the other thing I'm thinking synagogues is Chabad at the Shore does have that kind of equipment. So I can talk to Avram Rappaport. Let me just as backups. So
That would be nice and it would be helpful. All right, so let's Shirley, welcome. Your hair looks very nice.
What would be helpful?
Yeah, and I called the meeting to order. I said we can dispense with the secretary's report because it's a recording. Everybody gets that recording that's available on Zoom. So it's not up for discussion. If you want to see it, it's there and it's a recording, so it's correct. All right, Scott, we need from you a treasurer's report.
Well, I'll give you the status. Right now, we have our total close of business on Monday.
Scott, we can't hear you.
Oh, thank
You're
you.
muted.
Thanks. That happens.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we had at the close of business on Monday, the total value of our stocks, $467,771.
I'm sorry, would you repeat that?
$467,771.75. That was closed Monday, 467,771. We have $4,296 in the bank, collected 1,422. So as of right now, we have $5,718 to invest.
Do we have any dues that are outstanding?
No, everybody's paid up.
Everybody's paid up.
And,
Okay.
I guess the buys and sells from last time, they were on record. I don't have them right in front of me, but
Well, I think they were sent out to everybody.
yeah.
Yes, they were part of the minutes.
Okay. Well, they were part of the minutes, but
They're
you
part of
also,
the meeting notice, separate page on the meeting notice.
right.
They gave you praise.
Also, we sent a donation to Camp Vermont in memory of Marty Pesco, and we got a thank you note from Vermont for that donation. So I just wanted to let everybody know. I put it somewhere now. I put it there.
I have a copy.
You have a copy, okay. So that was done. I don't think there was anything else that was beyond regular
No.
business.
With-
Scott,
No,
anything?
no,
no,
nothing
anything.
else.
Okay,
We had our the checks cleared from, yeah, everything's good. Yeah.
everything's good. So anybody who needed money or something was already taken care of,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
All right. What's his name? Sam is not here, but he had, I'm gonna find it. He had,
Yeah.
according to business, he had a cell that was important.
Mm.
And what he wanted to do, and again, this will go, in the way it goes.
I can read you his email if you want.
Yes, please
I
read.
tour and I have it.
His email
Yeah.
reads, and this came out, I don't really think it's worth holding. I would sell and hopefully buy something that goes up like an Ituran hasn't gone anywhere in the last couple of years. So that's it. That was his basics on the reason to sell. It hasn't really gone anywhere, maybe a 4 point either way, and that's it. Gives a dividend, it's reinvested. We did well with it. You take it, you got 30 grand and a 10 grand profit.
Right. So that was the thing that stuck out as far as all the recommendations that came in. But if we decide to look at that first, that'll give us money to make other decisions with. And unless we go over everything that everybody wanted to do. Jerry?
Well, there were a couple other cells also, if you're
Yeah,
trying
why
to,
don't you do the
Yes.
sales?
Yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
Why don't you do the
so
cells?
My cell recommendation was for Alarium because of the AI sector interest going down. It's dipping right now. That's if we needed cash. But if we're selling, I mean, it's like what are we going to buy with 30,000 that's down right now that we think is going to be up, and that may be the AI stocks in general. So I'd like to see if we're going to sell. If we're going to sell a high priced stock, like Ituran, what are we going to buy? That's the
Well,
I
you've
may
been,
not want to. I may want to say maybe we should hold Alarium. Alarium is only. I think we should only sell if we need the money.
if you read the reports, Alarium is probably going to go nowhere. And I think I sent you those reports. In the past 6 months, we've been selling off the stock at a higher price. The stock was sitting at 40. It's now around 12. And you've been selling it on the way down,
Luckily, yeah.
taking a profit. So you might as well, get the other 500 out because from what I've read, from what the analysts have said, and what they have said is that business is slowing up for them a little bit on certain ends.
Right, and there may be some liability as well because of their search engine, maybe be sued eventually. So I agree. So it's probably not going to go anywhere. I read the same thing, and we could take the profits and putting into something that's going to make more money. It'll be nowhere for 6 months.
I think that would be your best bet, tell you the truth.
Even with the large sell of Ituran, I think that's.
Well, also, Joel, who's not here, has suggested selling 200 shares of Global E, which would be the higher priced shares that we have.
You have shares that you bought originally at 60 and at 58. So you'd be selling them off,
Right.
taking about a $3,000 or $4,000 loss, which you can use.
So those were the three things, the three companies, the Ituran, the Alarium, and Global E, which would give us about how much money, Jerry?
41,000.
41,000.
Plus the 5,700 you have in cash already, we give you
So we-
4,600.
4,600, which would give us,
46,700.
yeah, which would give us the opportunity to look at two companies, one that we've never had before, and that's Gauzy. And who was doing the report on that, Jerry?
I think Jim.
He's raising his hand.
He
Jim,
is
speak
raising
up.
his hand. All right, and then the other, and also to go back and rebuy Nice again. We had it once before. We made money on it, and you know, there's some other buys to add and whatever. But I suggest we and let me just go on to something else before. Ellie had suggested holding Meadowwound. Shirley wanted to hold Rewalk. Mark wanted to hold Leonardo's, and I can't see the other one that he wanted. I know there was another one.
Hang on a minute.
What is it? Similar.
Oh, Leonardo and similar
Similar
web.
web, yeah. And
What's Rewalk also known as? Didn't it change its name?
Life something.
Yeah, I couldn't remember it.
Oh, okay, LPAD.
LF.
LFWD is the symbol.
LFWD, okay.
all right, and Jim also suggesting a hold on Bosque and ICL. So we have, and I suggested holding a hold on Apple, Amdocs, and Saragon. I just want to see if there were any.
There was mine too. It should have come.
Yeah, you had holds on Celebrate, Kamada, and Teva.
Why am I not finding? Sorry, I have this printed out. It's like my computer decided to be creative,
Oh,
so I can't read it. Yes, and Teva,
yes.
and there was another hold from Joel on Enlighten Renewable Energy.
Joel says the hold on Enlighten Renewable and Nova Measure.
Nova.
Right. All right. If anyone has a different idea, I think we should go back to the cells. And the first one would be the Ituran, which would give us the bulk of, oh wait, here comes Alan. Hang on. I can start getting phone calls that I'm not letting people in. Where's my phone? Okay. Hi, Alan. Let's wait until he gets. Hi, Alan.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Okay.
We just went over a list of recommendations from the club, and there were some holds which we went on. You got a list of those.
Yep.
And as far as cells are concerned, we have 3 right now that would give us about $41,000, and with our cash would give us almost $47,000,
Yeah.
which would give us money to play with. I need water.
The big one was Ituran, Alan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's done nothing.
While Eileen stepped away, I agree
I'm
on the
back.
other
I'm back.
two. Okay. I would not be in a hurry to sell Ituran. I know it's kind of stays in a range. It pays a 5.5% dividend. It's not a bad hold. If you really had something exciting to replace it with, that would be another story. I certainly agree holding Apple, and Apple should probably always be a hold.
We sold some Apple.
Yeah. And they're again, they're into AI and committing, and they're a company with all the cash in the world and all the innovation in the world. So, but getting back to iTurin, I would not, I would hold the whole thing. If everyone else is in favor of selling, I would not sell it all. Again, unless you have a hot buy. You know, what are you really replacing it with? This has been a steady Eddie.
Well, there's some other things. There's a new company called Gauzy, and I forget who.
Which looks good, but
And nice.
I'm sorry.
And nice. Nice looks
And nice.
hotter than iTurin.
Yes.
And how much is nice going for now nowadays?
Huh? Nice is sitting around $117. $170.
170?
It's been as high as 311 and as low as 128.
What Joel said, it's we had nice before. He said it's stock has come down to reasonable levels. Really good company, making money. And the club, we sold it and we made a profit on it. We made some good money on it. He suggested 100 shares, which would be about $17,000.
And you're not looking for dividends. The club doesn't look for dividends.
Yeah.
There's no real reason to have a stock that's going to go nowhere, pay you 5%. That would be great for an income stock for somebody's portfolio.
The thing is,
Understood.
Ron, you haven't been to the meetings, but what we've been trying to do, and we've been doing it successfully, is to really look at the stocks and see what's just been sitting there and being happy and content just to sit in the portfolio, but hasn't really done anything, and try to sell some of those and buy something that has the potential of doing something. We're never going to learn anything if we just sit and hold on to the things we know are staples.
Okay,
So we're trying to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, I know. I like aggressive. So you're concentrating on selling. I'm going to throw out two wild ideas for buying, and this is something we've had before. It may be time to really revisit Zim, because now cargo shipping is really on the accelerated move, and they are really projected to be outstanding. They're supposed to be ahead of their group and also ahead of the market. It's around $17. And let me throw out the second thing, which we have, Elbit. And just because the world is a pretty nasty place now, and loads of countries are increasing military sales.
Well, Elbit is one of the companies that we wanted to add to. Can I make
a suggestion? On the list, Ron. Look at your list.
But you know what I would like you to do, Ron, since you're going to join us now, and hopefully you'll do it every month. Would you get us a good report on Zim for next month, since we have so many things going on this month? Can you get us a report and we can look at it for next month?
Absolutely. And I'm looking at a small purchase. The Elbit, Jerry, would you finish what you were saying about it? It's an expensive stock that's been down. There's been a lot of unloading because of
Ron, hold it a minute. Ron, hold it a minute.
I'll be glad to.
That's one of Linda's stocks, and she's going to be doing a report because she recommends to buy 25 shares.
You know, that's the exact number I have down.
Okay, so
good. Let's wait for
Linda. Maybe if you read your emails,
Jerry, Jerry.
Paula
is going to read the emails. He's going to make his recommendations for buys and sells, and we are going to welcome him back into our community of being a successful Israeli investment club. Yes?
Yes,
Okay. All right.
But read your emails.
Jerry,
You
Yes,
could help it.
it's okay, fine.
let's since we can't do buys until we do sells. The
Right.
three things that we talked about. The iTurin. If we sell all of iTurin, this was Sam's recommendation. Jerry, do you want to just
Sam
read?
Pearlstein's, yes.
Yes. Sam wanted to sell all of the iTurin, which would give us approximately $30,000. And who wanted to do the Global E? I am so sorry. Joel
Joe,
wanted to sell 200 shares of Global E, which would give us $6,100. And that is just the expensive, the higher price stock. So we change our cost.
takes it down to 32 instead of 38.
Thank you. I don't know how to word it, but I know what we're doing. And so if we sell off 200 of the higher price shares, it'll give us $6,100. And the Illumera, how do you say that? Alarum.
Alarium.
It's not Alarum. It's
Alarum.
Alarum. Yes.
Alarum.
Thank you. And that was Scott's, which if we sold off 500 shares,
That's all you got.
which is what all we have, would give us $5,100. I'm going to take each one of those separately so that we can have a discussion. So let's do the iTurin first. Yes.
I noticed iTurin is the only stock for which is more than 6% of our holdings.
You're
So
allowed up to 10.
what?
You're allowed up to 10%.
Okay, so I don't know, maybe sell a good chunk of it without the whole thing. I don't know.
Well, the stock's going nowhere. It's in a range of a 6-point range
Yeah,
in the past 4 years.
So
It's going nowhere.
okay,
Why don't you buy something that's going somewhere?
Wait a
okay.
minute, did we get a second on the motion?
I'll second.
Okay, thank you, Leslie. Okay, and, all right, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Jim.
No problem. I've said what I wanted.
And it was, and it's noted, yes. Does anybody else have any comments? It would give us a good chunk of money to experiment and to try other things that are going somewhere. All right, if there's no further discussion on it, let's vote. Everyone in favor. Where did Linda go? Everyone in favor, hands.
But I had to run out. What stock is this?
iTurin. ITRN. iTurin. Are you going to vote, Cheryl?
No, because I missed the discussion or part of it.
Okay, I'll give you a synopsis of it. iTurin is a low jack company around the world. The stock we've had for a long time. The past 4 or 5 years, it's going nowhere within a 5-6 point range. And Sam Pearlstein, that was his stock, feels that it's time to sell and to go on to something that'll make us more money.
Okay, that part I heard. When I walked out, you were talking about it's not necessarily time to sell it.
It's time to sell.
Okay, all right, then I'll go for it.
So there was some discussion that, we have to buy something. So, but the discussion was, nice and things like Albit, which we
We go on a
wanna
trip.
buy, so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of buys out there. So you sell it, you look at the buys.
Okay.
All right, so
That will
again,
move better than iTurin.
If it's
all
not
in
going
favor,
you
all
know,
in favor of selling. Okay, we're selling that, okay. The second one was Scott's
Alarum.
Alarum.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to
500
say this.
shares for a profit of $5,100. Take the
And your
price
reason for selling them?
up. The market is stagnant, and there's a lot of liability with the search engine that Alarum uses. So it could be that they collect data, and the people that they collect data from, there may be some liability there in certain markets, and I think that's already driven the price down. So it's probably not going to go anywhere for a little while. So that's the rationale.
All right, and we can
They're
review it.
shrinking cash flow margins. And they have, despite new product launches, the rest of Alarium Technologies business appears to be shrinking, raises concerns about overall sustainability. The net, one of their subsidiaries, rates are decelerating from 150% in the fourth quarter of 23 to 95% in the second quarter of 24. Potentially shrinking cash flow margins so that paying 10 times this year's cash flows for Alarium is not advisable.
I'll second the motion.
That's one of the reports.
Thank you, Jeffrey. And
Jeff, please.
I'm sorry, it says Jeffrey on your.
Yes, I'm saying Jeff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Jeff.
Prefer that.
Okay, Jeff. And we'd also be taking a profit of 185% on that by selling it. So we have a second. Is there any discussion on it? None? All right, then let's vote. All in favor of selling, you're all ahead of me. Okay. Okay, so we have that.
I've got a reaction thumbs up in there.
I see. Jeff, I see that.
And so does Charlie.
Okay, about how much money is that?
That's 5,100.
5,100, okay.
Why do I have? Oh, yes, 5,100. And the third one was it Sam's or was it Joel's?
Global E.
Joel's.
Like
Joel's
Joel.
Global E. And I don't know what he wrote to you for his reason for selling.
Basically, the stock could go back up, but it's not going to go hit 58 or 60, where the 200 shares were originally bought. The stock's going to linger around here, and the next good report can push it back up to around 40 or so. So he feels that the sell off the two trades that were high priced at 58 and 60, and this way you have some cash to buy something like Nice that he suggests, and bring your cost basis of Global E down to around $32 a share, which is selling for around 33 today.
All right. Do we have a second on that?
I'll second.
Who was that? Jim? Okay. Any discussion on that?
What
All right.
is their product?
Pardon?
What is their product?
Global E.
Global E. Wait a minute. Okay, Global E. Let me see. Hold on. I have it.
I have it too.
I think I have it. Hold on.
I have it.
Global E. Here we go. Okay, Global E. I pass out every month a portfolio, a description of each stock in the portfolio.
It's here.
And I guess I have to keep doing it to keep everybody
Well,
reminded.
nobody prints it out except me, I guess.
No,
Yeah.
I printed it.
I
out.
hand it out at the meetings when people come. It's the world's leading platform enabling and accelerating global direct-to-consumer e-commerce. The
E-commerce.
chosen partner of over 1,000 brands and retailers across the United States, Europe, and Asia.
It's a shopping.
It connects better with Shopify and all the other brands with the
Like a shopping channel.
almost, yeah, it connects
Yeah.
all the shopping together. That's what it does.
But with this, what he wanted to do by selling off 200 shares was to sell off the high priced shares. So
And
reduce our
use-
cost.
And then rebuy it, I guess.
And we could.
60 and it's 58.
So
The first 100 shares was bought at 60, the second 100 was bought at 58 and change. So he figures that money could be used to buy Nice.
which we've had before and made money on.
Yeah,
Right.
We bought,
What's
we
it
bought
going
nice at
for now?
18 a long time ago.
Huh?
What?
What's
bought
it going
nice at
for
18.
now? If it was 58 and 60, what's it going for now?
33.
Take a loss.
You'll take a loss
You
and it'll
take a
bring your
loss on the
cost
higher
basis,
you-
wait, you'll bring your cost basis down to 32 on the 500 you own.
which
So
is
it's an
good.
automatic gainer.
Mhm.
Well, Jerry, because we're a stock club and we're learning, could you explain what all that means?
Okay, what you're doing,
Thank
if
you,
you-
Ally.
if you buy stock from 60, 50, 40, each time you buy 100 shares, once a month, let's say. You're buying it at 50, you're buying it 60, or you're buying it at 60, you're buying it at 50, you're buying it at 40, you're buying it at 30. Stock's now sitting at 40. And you figure that the stock can go to 45 or 50, but it won't go to 60 in the near term. Maybe if you hold it a year or two, it'll go back to 60 in a good market, in a good economy. So what you do is you take a loss on the high price stock, which will bring your cost basis down. Let's say your
It's
cost
not all, it's not all pulled together?
no, it is. And let's say you have 500 shares at various prices on the way down. You take that 500, you take the total cost of each purchase divided by the number of shares, and you come up with an average.
Right.
It'll help us
And
around tax time, right?
yeah, you usually do this around tax time, but you can do it any time of the year. People like to take losses on their high price stock. Now, and then use that money to purchase something else that'll make it up eventually. Let's say you have you bought 100 shares at $5, at $10, you bought 100 shares at $9, you bought 100 shares at 9, 8, 7, 6. So you spend all that money. Now you take all that money, you divide it by 500, and you come out with 5.5.
So it's not
Right.
really that you're sharing, that you're selling the highest shares, it's just.
So
that
you're selling the highest shares, right?
Well, Jerry, what's our choice of trade here? I mean, are we doing first in, first out, first in, last
You're
out?
doing anything you want.
Right.
At any time? I thought once you did this, you had to stick with it.
You can do anything you want. The tax laws changed 35, 40 years ago.
yeah, it's kind of a pain, but we got to pick and choose which stocks that we sell.
You can pick and choose whatever stock you want to sell, whatever price stock you want to sell. If you want to sell for a profit and keep the losses, you can. If you want to take the high price stock, but the problem there is you can't buy that stock back for over 31 days.
Right, that's the wash sale limitation, right?
That's the wash sale, yes.
Yep.
And that's hard to explain. The only way I can explain is it goes back to the original cost basis. If you go,
But yeah, that's where it gets into like trading as opposed to investing, right?
Yes, that's for losses only, not for profits. You can buy and sell profits all day long, the same stock, but you can't do that with losses. You have to wait 31 days, either way. You could buy a stock in 31 days, sell the high price stock, or sell the high price stock, and 31 days later, you can buy it back at a lower price, hopefully.
So with this transaction, we'd be what, selling at a loss, some of it, and lowering the average.
Right now, your cost basis is 38. If you sell off the two high priced shares, it brings your cost basis down to 32. And if the stock goes to 40 and goes nowhere after that, you're fine.
Okay. Makes sense.
Is there ever a bad time to take profits?
Never a bad time to take a profit. Never.
Are we making a profit selling here?
No,
You're taking a loss on selling Global E on the 200 shares. You're taking a loss. You bought stock at 60, you bought stock at 58. It's now 33. How are you going to take a profit?
So then the question is, should we sell or why are we selling now, right?
Two reasons. One, to take the loss against your capital gains. Two
Okay.
is to bring your cost basis down and use those funds to buy something that'll make up that money.
Yeah, but we all, yeah.
Now we could hold it in cash, right? There's nothing that says we have to pull the trigger on something right away.
What do you mean hold it? Exactly. You can do anything you want.
But we've been holding it.
What's our cash balance right now?
$5,700.
Well, we sold
Well, you haven't, and you're selling so far
51.
Ituran and you're selling Alarium, which brings
Which
in
you-
35,000 plus the 5, so that's 40,000. So there's a lot of buy suggestions out there that look good. That will make up that loss of what, $3,000? So
Right, so
it's,
we're gonna
it's
get onto
not
the-
really something that you even think about.
It's a loss you won't see.
Won't see or won't notice.
You
really
won't
won't
see
notice
it
it.
because you'll be making money on something else.
Hopefully.
He's
Yeah,
looking,
Hopefully you got it, Scott.
Yeah.
But this is how we learn.
it's a $4,000 loss, big deal. You just took a
It costs more than
$10,000
that.
gain. You just took a $10,000 gain in Ituran and on wait a minute, on Alarium, you're taking a $3,700 gain. So there's $13,700 gain. So what's the $4,000 loss?
A little offset, right?
A little offset. You have $19,000 profit this year.
Yeah, so if we can get both the cost basis down and be able to take a write-off on it, right?
Yeah.
At the best, if you're gonna sell it anyway.
Yes, exactly what you're doing. And you're looking to buy something
That'll make us some money.
that'll make that 4,000 up.
All right, I'll second the motion.
Now
Okay.
you understand it.
Is there any,
Unless we need more discussion.
well, that's a no, it's okay. Is there any more discussion on it? Nobody has any questions? All right. I forgot what we were doing. We're selling,
Selling
You're
global.
voting
Okay,
on it.
selling 200 shares of Global E, which would give us $6,100. All in favor? Opposed? Okay. All right, so we have, including now, with our dues, we have a total of $46,918.
Right.
Now there
That's
is,
available to buy.
all right, now, Jim, you have a report on a new company, Gauzy?
Yeah, gauzy. It makes various things you can do with glass and other transparent things. For example, on airplane flights, you know, you had to open and close the shades, and they make you open the shades when it's coming in for a landing. Starting with the Boeing 787, that was done automatically from the cockpit. There's no window shades to worry with. That's the kind of thing that Gauzy works with. Non-glare glass, just various visual stuff. The name comes from gauze looking through gauze. And the current price is $9.74. I'd like to at least get a start on it. Since I had no idea how much money we were going to have. I didn't know how big to recommend, but about 300 or 400 shares.
Jim,
Make
did
a
this
nice-
develop out of the army in Israel?
Did this what?
Was it developed by the army in Israel?
I don't know. I know it's got military applications, but it has civilian applications like windows and air winders.
Well, it literally changes the term gauzy is like what gauze does. In other words, it'll change the glass, the transparency of the glass from clear to
Gauzy.
Opaque.
gauzy or opaque.
Translucent.
Or opaque, if you
Yeah.
want.
So it switches, and so it's used in automobiles. It's used in a lot of things.
What's the symbol?
My
Digital
bedroom.
signage and communications.
What's the symbol?
GAUZ.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
That one's transparent.
You're funny.
I think it sounds like it's fun. We haven't added a real new
Yeah,
company for a long time, so
And this
And
is
it's different.
interesting.
Yep.
it's so different from anything else we have.
Yeah, I'd like some
I
on my window.
would, I would say.
So it's been down, it's coming back up again. And it might
Yeah.
be a really good time to see what this is doing.
It's very up and down, up and down, up and down, which I think means because it's a fairly small cap company.
And it's new.
Yeah, it's new and it's been bouncing around in the same range for a month or so now.
But I
Jim,
think I
I
really
see
like
when-
the concept.
Okay, I see when this was recommended on the write out, on the email, it was $11,000 and 1,000 were recommended. You're talking about now it's down $2. Just curious, is the company making money? I didn't read anything on their financials.
I didn't check. I didn't-
Second quarter revenues are expected to be in a range of 24 million to 24.5 million compared to 19.9 million in the prior year quarter. First half of 24 revenues are expected to be in a range of 48.7 million to 49 million compared to 37.4 million in the prior year period. These revenue ranges equate to approximately 22 and 31% growth for the second quarter and first half of 2024 at the respective midpoints.
Jerry,
Um,
does it say when the company was founded? How old is the company?
The company was founded, I'll tell you in a minute. They also they did advanced driver assistance systems at the Paris Olympics for more than 11 million for the visitors.
All right, there also aero partnerships include Boeing, Honda Jet, Bombardier, Gulfstream, Dar, and Beechcraft. Auto partnerships include Ford, Daimler, Mercedes, and BMW.
And
Yeah, I'm reading here.
They operate in
They're in
Israel,
good
Germany,
company.
France,
Are they
United
making money?
States.
they're in the month of surpassed the IP share price has fallen in there. They do it for BMW. Their last report, see, it just came public back a few months ago. Here we go. They had a loss. They had a little bit of a loss. But if you take notice of most of our companies, small
Yeah.
companies in the portfolio, they all have losses. They're making hundreds of millions of dollars and they have losses.
So with a 30% growth picture, that should bring them out of the loss if it's a minimal loss.
They wouldn't have as big losses if the damn C-suite didn't have these huge salaries.
Oh, well.
That's normal.
Yeah, I'm looking at a 5-year chart on Yahoo Finance. So
But you can't because there is no 5-year chart on Gauzy.
Because they haven't been,
They haven't been around.
yeah,
Well, I'm
that's why
saying, you
that's
know,
They
why
when
only
they started-
that's why it
became
doesn't make
public.
sense to me.
They only became public in June, May, June.
Yeah.
So,
Apparently that first day of trading was looks like June the 3rd.
Something like that, yes.
Yeah, and so it was up around a little over 1563, and then it took quite the drop around the early to mid July, and then it's been bouncing up and down, and right now it's near the low. Seems like a reasonable point to get in if you think they're going to be profitable, in the future here.
Yeah. Well, they expect to make $240 million over the next 10 years, according to a statement that they released. Gauzy expects to generate that much from their windshields on the planes.
What does that translate into the price per share?
That's a good question. You have to figure out the number of shares and divide it by that. I mean, if you want to do the math, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm trying to see the number of outstanding shares here.
Try 5.2 million.
All right, so hang on.
So you're talking about revenue. They generated, I'm reading here from their statement, $20 million in revenue from aeronautics business in the first half of 2024, which was
They also have a
38
backlog as of
38%
March
increase.
31st of $40 million.
They've got a backlog. Those are orders pending. They haven't yet filled.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it looks like a good company.
Whose recommendation was that?
Jim.
Nice one, Jim.
Okay.
I'll second the motion.
And now how many shares are we
Wait.
talking about?
I think we should buy more than the original 100, Jim.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
Go to 500.
Jim said
I would
was
say
300.
thinking, I was thinking in the several hundred range, 3, 4, 500.
I would start with 500.
Okay, I'll make the motion for 500 shares then.
What's the price right now again?
$10.
$9.
$9.70.
Why don't we go to 1,000? That's $9,000.
We've got other
Yeah.
That's
Wanna know
10,000.
something?
Yeah, okay.
expensive stocks to
I
look
mean,
at.
you got plenty of money to do it
We
with.
have plenty of money. 1,000 is not so off.
That's $10,000. That's nothing.
We have almost $47,000.
Do we think that's too big a position for a single stock?
No, because you have other stocks that you have bigger positions in. Take a look at your list.
Or do you want to start out big?
Why not?
Well, we're gonna buy the nice stock for 17,000, right?
Oh, that's 10,000 and 17 is 27,000.
And we're.
You still got 20,000 to blow.
We're
And
still
there's
looking
still
at
other-
Elbit too, 25 shares of Elbit.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Plenty of money.
Yeah, that'll be enough.
Plenty of money.
All right,
Do you want to start with Elbit first, so we know that.
yeah,
Let's start with Elbit.
Okay.
Linda, yours was the
the Elbit.
recommendation for 25 shares of Elbit, which would be about $5,100 if I'm not mistaken.
Why don't we get a tentative list going, and then when we've
I
got.
We
gave you
have
the
a
list.
tentative list. We have
I
a
sent it
tentative
out.
When I say tentative, I mean the stuff that we've agreed to, right?
Yeah.
You know,
All right,
because
we talked
as long
about-
as we don't go over the available cash, we're good to go, right?
All right, we talked about
46,000.
Gauzy, and we talked about Nice. We talked about Elbit. I wanted to buy 100 shares of Oddity, which would be about $3,700.
You always want to buy that stock.
I like that. Well, that's that they make Il Maquillage, you know, that's really blowing away everything.
They're coming out with some new products too.
Yes. And then I also wanted to do Cognite. I just want to see something here.
So
Uh,
Jason, through one,
Leslie's
you
got
didn't-
Brainsway.
Jim, you didn't
Right.
finish talking
Leslie
about
has
Sentinel
brains,
One.
right? Where do you want to start, guys? You want to start with Elbit?
Go with Elbit.
Yeah, go with
Fine.
them. The Elbit they make all those nice laser weapons and everything that they're using in Israel and in the Ukraine, and everybody's buying it. They have an order backlog right now of $21.1 billion. That's just their backlog. The revenues of 1.6 billion. I don't remember what the GAAP means.
Yeah, I can't.
Generally accepted accounting principles.
Yeah, their income is 93. Non-GAAP, I don't know what that means. But anyhow, they had, for the second quarter of this year, they had a 12% year-over-year increase in revenues. People are buying up, ordering like crazy. Just filling the backlog of orders would give them enough money to live for 2 years. I think that this is a good time to jump in and buy the stock. We have 108 shares or something like that.
Which one are we talking about now?
We have
Elbit.
108,
Elbit.
yeah.
You have 108
We have
108 shares.
It's
108
at 274 per share right now.
Right. And
$200 a share.
I recommend that we buy 25 shares now and get in on the
I second that
bandwagon
if
for
I
a,
can.
yeah, the stock price was down, but it's flying back up again. I don't know if you can. Do you have the stock thing?
What do you need?
No, to show the
chart.
chart,
Wait a minute.
because I can't this is the, can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's backwards. Wait,
No, it's not.
No, you're good.
it's
You're
all
good.
right. Yeah, that's,
If you can hold it still, that'd be great.
yeah, I know. I'm
Why
trying
am
to
I
get it.
getting that? Yeah, that's
This is from the Israeli Stock Exchange. The chart.
this is
So it's-
1 month. This is 1 month.
Jerry, so
Yeah.
what's the best place to look at these things? I've been using Yahoo Finance, but what is there? I don't
This
think there's
is
anything
from
that's part of
Yahoo.
the My iClub, right?
Yeah, you can use my iClub.
Yeah, if you want to share your.
So look at the current prices and quotes.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just put up their symbol.
It's easy.
But this was the latest. And it had really peaked at the beginning, and then it swooped down later on, but it's back up just about to where it started going down. And I think that we should jump on the bandwagon. We've got like 157% profit in the increase on them, it says. No, no, it's okay, it's 5%, but that's how much we have. Oh, I don't have the profit statement up. Percentage of gain or loss.
So
Yeah,
January 11th, we sold 100
133.7%.
shares, right?
Pardon?
So January 11th, we sold 100 shares.
Probably.
Yeah, we were.
Take a look. It's on your statement.
Here, I'll get it.
I can't.
Yeah, I'm looking at the security ledger, Jerry. What's the,
Yeah, you
what's the
saw-
best way to get to where you see the current quote and volume and all that? Inside the My
Good
iClub?
question. You hit up the symbol.
I'm sorry?
Hit up the symbol that you want to look at.
ESLT.
Yeah, but I mean, where do you enter that is what I'm asking here.
Okay.
Because I see stock
you
watch,
have
monthly
the-
portfolio graph, specialized, occasional. Yeah.
Look at your portfolio
I would
on there
under
Okay.
accounting.
and under accounting.
Wait, under accounting?
Yeah, you
Under
go
accounting, it
Oh,
should bring
hold
up the
on.
portfolio.
Okay, so under accounting. Okay, portfolio.
And then hit up this and then click on the symbol. You're
well,
looking
wait a
up.
sec, I'm trying to find portfolio. I mean, well, under accounting, it lists everything, right?
Yeah, so go
Yeah.
to ESLT, you'll see it there. And it'll say shares,
Yeah,
last
okay, that's
close,
what I
market
did.
value.
Right.
And click it up.
And then
Click
you
on
can
it.
see all
Click
the
on
buys
the
and sells.
background.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I got to where I was, and I saw the sell of 100 shares in January.
Right. You sold 100 shares. You made 7,600.
Yeah, you got to go all the way back. If you change the date, if you change the date to like 2020, you'll see all the buys and sells that we did.
Right. Now, if you look at your statement that your statement that I sent out to you today, you'll see all the sells, the realized profit and loss statement, all the transactions you did on the sell side, and whether you took a gain or a loss. You sold 100 shares back in January at 204.
Jerry, what's the dividend on Elbit?
Very low.
Is it? Okay, well, it just seems like it's a
Very
lot. We get a
low.
lot.
Tell you in a minute.
0.419.
Yeah.
No, that's
The dividend is less than 1%.
Oh.
0.99%. Less than 1%.
and you paid $17.43 in foreign tax on it.
So yeah, you pay foreign tax on a lot of these dividends. 25%.
So where are we? We have a
I move that we buy 25 shares.
and I second it,
Okay,
or Leslie seconds it.
Doesn't matter.
We both second it, so we
Okay.
second and a half it.
Okay.
All right. Is there any more discussion on it?
How much is this share now?
$200. If it's over $200 a share, you buy 25 shares, it comes out to about 5,100.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, all in favor, hands? Opposed? All right, we're good. Okay.
Leave you with 41,800.
Do you want to step over to Gauzy?
Yes,
Yeah,
Let's step over to Gauzy.
I like it.
You like it? So we have, where did Jim go? Well, Jim made the motion to buy 1,000 shares of Gauzy.
okay,
Yeah,
I'll let it go at that, 1,000 shares.
1,000 shares. Do we have a second on that?
I'll second.
Okay.
Jeff.
I got you, Jeff. I saw you light up. Is there any discussion on purchasing 1,000 shares of Gauzy?
Yeah, let's give it a ride.
Let's give it a ride. Okay. All in favor? Hands? Opposed? Okay.
How much will that be?
About $10,000.
Approximately 10,000.
So how much have we spent so far, Jerry?
31,000. You have 31,800 left.
We got a lot of money left. All right. Who was it who wanted to buy Nice again?
That was Joel Miller. He wants to buy
Okay.
Nice. The club had it before and made a lot of money on it. The stock is down basically because it's riding the AI downtrend at the moment. It's a good time to buy. He wants to buy 100 shares, which is approximately $17,000. And if you take notice, the last few stocks that he wanted to buy 100 shares of that the club did made very well, did very well.
I second it.
And we've made money on Nice before.
Right.
Jerry, what does the 30p/e ratio mean?
What's that again?
On the thing, it says making money under 30p/e ratio.
Right. Price to earnings. So if a company is earning $1 a share and selling it $10, the PE ratio is 10. Now, when I came into the business back in 73, anything below 10, you bought. Anything above 15 to 20 was a gamble. Nowadays, high flyers are at 100 times or 100 PE ratio, 50 PE ratio, 150 PE ratio. They're your high flyers. Because what you're doing is you're taking their earnings and you're dividing it by the price of the stock.
We always, Jerry, can I ask you a question? Why do we always see a discussion that we should go back to a little less valuations, lower? There's always that dynamic where people are saying, oh, they're too high valuations, they're too high 100.
Right. Basically, because if they're a high valuation, like a high PE ratio, you're gambling. When take, for instance, Google. When Google came out, the PE ratio was like 500 or 600 PE ratio. And look where it is now. Google's PE ratio is...
You talking about Alphabet 2267?
Their PE ratio, where's their PE ratio? It's 22.
For Alphabet?
It's 22. When they first
Okay.
came out, it was sitting at 400 or 500.
Okay, just by contrast, pharmaceutical companies are anywhere from 10 to 20. Food companies are, and these are solid earnings. who have been around for a long time or whatever. That's not what we're dealing through here. But this is, well, let's save it for the end. But I'd like to make a comment on, because this kind of stuff is coming up often in the meeting. I'm speaking for everyone. We're not aware of abbreviations. I am. I work with it, and I think it. Well, let me cover it now, if I may. I'll do 1 minute. That we ought to print up a list of abbreviations, and at a meeting, and this is certainly better to do, save it for a meeting where we meet in person and really explain
In abbreviations,
what
it's
these
what, Ron?
some earnings before EBIT, whatever, earnings before interest, taxes.
Well, we could just send that out. We could just put that.
I don't know, I think he has a really good idea.
Well, let me
think
explain.
I know when I get, when I get the printouts that Jerry sends, half the time I have to go look it up. I have no idea what they mean.
Well, that's what an investment club is all about. The meeting, you ask questions about what these abbreviations are, and that's how you learn at the meetings, not by a separate meeting, but as somebody brings up PE ratio and people don't understand, bring it up. And it's explained at the meeting, even if it takes 10 minutes.
That's what I'm talking about,
That's
Jerry.
Absolutely, Jerry.
Does.
Okay, so let me finish. What I'm saying is, and if you want to send it out, it's a great idea if a printout would explain, give you what the abbreviation is, and at the meeting or when the subject comes up, that it's explained just like you were explaining tax losses averaging down, so that the explanation's there, but at least everyone will know, because look, we're reporting on something and we really don't know what PEF forward price earnings ratios are, or something like that. So what I'm saying is that gives us the tools. And if the purpose of the club is truly learning, then let's get the list out, and then at a meeting you have it to refer to, as well as to explain and kick it around. That'll make us much more knowledgeable investors.
That's
I
funny,
said I
because
wanted a
I've been
minute.
sending
Thank you
stuff
for
out
the
like
minute.
that over the past years, Ron, and nobody reads it.
Oh, we read it. I read it.
Some
Jerry,
people
this is
read
why-
it.
Okay, well,
Say out of 40
let-
people, 10
so
people
what I'm
read it.
saying is send it out, and an in-person meeting, let's go over those things.
It
Okay,
could be done in every meeting, whether it's in person or on Zoom. That's
Jerry,
the only way.
Jerry,
Then we
A
won't
list-
have to
a
wait.
list-
Then we
list-
won't have to waste the time going
People
over it
waste their
each
time by
time.
doing 15 minutes on one stock.
Jerry, if we have the list in front of us of all these different, abbreviations,
Terminologies.
and we
I
have
mean,
it
I can
there
tell you where to
in front of
go. I
us.
mean, I could tell you what to look. It's called Investopedia.
I think it's a very good idea to have it at the meeting. We'll take 10, 15 minutes, go over it. And with
You know how many
everybody,
pages
if
it
we
is?
have any questions, for as much
know how many
talk as we
pages
do
it-
everything else, I think it's a great idea.
Hey, Jerry,
It is.
I'm on
Yeah.
Investopedia right now. Where in Investopedia to see the those key terms?
You put it up in search. PE, price to earnings ratio.
But a
Now,
list of them.
Yeah, I'm saying, Jerry, is there a particular section that lists all of those terms?
No, there isn't.
Well, you know
Okay.
what, Jerry,
You have to put it in and it'll explain it to you. That's what I'm trying to say.
There isn't a
If you
list.
want
Okay, so-
1,000 pages sent to you, I'll be glad to.
Okay,
You know
so
what?
where
I
do you
think-
where do you enter the search term like PE in Investopedia? Where would you enter that in Investopedia?
Where it says search, where the search symbol is. There's a box up top somewhere.
If
and
there
it says-
are that many, excuse me, if there are that many and they come up during the meeting, that would be a time to answer each one of those questions. Apparently, there's too many to go over.
Yeah, there is.
It's like learning the entire dictionary, in one night. Now we know
Look,
everything.
I really hate to disagree. There's about 15 that are really popular. I'm not saying go from A to Z.
You know what,
I'm saying
Ron?
take the
type
ones
them
that
up.
are
This.
Ron, type them up and send them to me.
It's in the kitchen.
On the counter.
I think it's on the counter in the bathroom.
You know
Yeah,
what,
well, here's-
Ron, type
I
them
saw
up
it
and
there.
send them to me. Would you do that?
I'd be glad to, and I'd be glad if Jerry looked over and agreed that they're the popular ones. I'll talk to Jerry about
Okay,
what are the
that's
top
fine.
15 or
All right,
20.
now where were we?
And
Nice.
we were talking about,
Nice. You're
We
you're
bought,
looking
we,
at nice.
we bought nice.
We didn't
And
buy
then
it.
oddity.
You didn't buy it yet. You discussed it, but you didn't bring a vote on it.
Yes,
I
we
said,
did.
I
No.
seconded it.
We
No,
didn't
haven't
have-
voted yet.
We didn't have.
You
vote.
seconded it, but we didn't vote on it.
All right,
Right.
so everybody in favor of buying 100 shares of nice?
yes,
Okay. All right, now there's some other ones. I know that Leslie wanted to buy Brainsway.
Right.
You had mentioned oddity too.
I did. And Mark has 3 companies here that I don't know what that is. Any of this is.
Okay.
Why don't you bring up the Brainsway?
But we're doing Brainsway right now.
Okay, well, we have what,
Brainsway, to
$14,000
remind
left?
you, is the non-invasive magnetic treatment
Oh, yeah, the one you've been talking about.
for depression. Okay, and they've, they're very methodical in, approaching things as far as getting insurance approvals, developing and expanding the technology, doing research. Their share price is trending higher. Their second quarter was very good. And right now in our thing, for the first time, because we've lowered the cost price, it actually is at a profit. So the recommendations were buy. And right now, they're really the dominant player in this field. And, part of it is they're trying to get around the cost of the rental of the equipment by getting better rates, and they're making deals with the doctors. And I think I had mentioned that in this area, we have now 2 machines that Traki had opened a center. So you can see it even expanding in this area. And they're trying to expand. They were going to test in Israel on post-traumatic stress disorder. They're trying to extend it to people with Parkinson and post-stroke. So they're trying to expand the population base. And the ratings are good.
And your recommendation is?
300 shares.
All right. Do we have a second on that?
What's the price on it? What's the price per share?
Less than $8.
So you're talking 2,400 or so?
$2,400.
Right.
Do we have a second on that?
I told you. I'd second
Okay,
it.
Scott seconded. Okay, is there any discussion on it? Leslie always does a good report on it, and she's been following this very closely and is aware of it being utilized in circumstances that she knows firsthand. So she's a good spokesperson for the company. Does anybody have any discussion on it?
Speaking of that, though, I don't know if it's the same brand. I can always find out, but a friend of mine just went through those treatments and found them very helpful.
Okay. No, their research, I mean, they are documenting through research, that they do get success, that the success lasts, and it's a whole different concept, and it doesn't have the side effects that all the chemotherapy can.
Yeah, I know somebody that's using it as well. There's a lot of treatments that they have to go to every day for 15 minutes.
Mhm. Yes.
Well, they also are trying to get approval, and may have gotten some, for instead of once a day, a quicker range of multi treatments each day, so it would take less time. So they're into all sorts of things to expand the potential of their product.
Hey, while we're paused there, I just put in the link for the NASDAQ.com/glossary where you can take a term and enter it, right? It tells you, start entering the first letter or two, and then it pulls up.
Jeff, why don't you wait until the voting is over?
But
We're in the
that's-
So nobody
middle.
was saying anything. There was a pause in the discussion.
Yeah,
That's
why
why.
don't you wait till
We
the
had-
calendar?
we had a
You can
brief-
look at it at your convenience. I'm just letting everybody know the link is in the chat session.
Thanks, Jeff.
It came up.
All right. Is there any further discussion on Brainsway? If not, let's take a vote for purchasing 300 shares of Brainsway for approximately $2,400. All in favor? Any opposed? Okay. All right. There were two other things that came up. There was Cognite and I brought up Oddity. Mark, you have 3 new companies.
Yeah, I'd like to discuss 2 of them right now. The
Wait,
first
Jerry,
one is,
How much are we down to now?
Jerry, how much money do we
12,400.
have?
How much?
12,400.
Yeah.
12,400.
Okay.
Okay.
12400.
All right. Mark, I don't know what these are.
all right, the first company is called Payoneer. That's Payoneer Global with the symbol of PAYO. It's a financial technology company empowering the small and medium-sized businesses to transact, do business, and grow globally. It recently, August 5th, bought a company in Singapore that does the same thing. Its revenue is up 239 to from an expected 223, and from last year 228. It's the company raised its guidance, as I said, to 920 million from 904. I'm sure the picking up of this company in Singapore helped it. The price is now 708 today, and it's at target with the analyst of 820. I had proposed 300 shares.
And I'm a little confused as to what it actually does.
Well, it's a payroll company. It's
Okay.
payroll and finance for small businesses who want to do payroll and transporting money, paying bills, I guess, of accounts payable, what have you.
They have a lot of competition.
And their price
Yeah.
target.
Yeah.
Dark Tank
There's
has
companies
them.
that advertise all over television and Facebook that do that.
Well, some companies that are so big, like payroll companies, don't handle the smaller and medium size. I'll just read it about it. Payoneer is the financial technology company empowering the world's small and medium-sized businesses to transact, do business, and grow globally. It was founded in 2005 with the belief that talent is equally distributed, but opportunity is not. It's our mission to enable an entrepreneur, business everywhere, to participate and succeed in increasing digital global economy. Since our founding, we have built a global financial stack that removes barriers and simplifies cross-border commerce. We make it easier for millions of SPMs, specifically in emerging markets, to connect to the global economy, pay and get paid, manage their funds, and across multiple currencies, and grow their businesses. That's what they say they're about. It's an Israeli company, and there's a number of analysts that have given a buy on it. It's again $7.08. 300 shares would be, I guess around $2,200. Excuse me.
What's the other company now, Mark?
All right, the other company I'm revisiting is what we had before was called we used to have a company called Tremor, TEMOR International, symbol TRMR. It changed its name to Nexum International with a symbol of NEXM. Okay. Nexum empowers advertisers, agencies, publishers, and broadcasters around the world to utilize data and advanced TV in ways that are most meaningful. Our flexible and unified technology stack comprises demand-side platform. Again, we had the stock before. That price today is $7.62 with a target of $9.40. Here's some trying to see.
Jerry, why did we sell?
Plus, we took it as a loss. Put it high,
I remember
and
we had it.
loss. Huh?
I remember we had it, but I don't
Yes, took it as a
remember.
loss.
Has anything changed? Other
Well,
than the
I'm
name?
looking at a report, March 31st. Revenue up 5%, programmable revenue, contributions ex-TAC 4%. Very interesting. On April 9th, 2024, the company fully repaid its approximate $100 million outstanding principal loan debt when expanded the undrawn amount on its revolving from 80 million to 90 million. The company intends to prioritize capital allocation on share repurchase, strategic internal growth, innovation, investments, and ongoing business needs. It's showing some increase to revenue. Again, I don't know the chart. I don't have the chart in front of me, but you know, I try to go back and look at some of the stuff that we had that maybe has come back, and that's the two that I offer for consideration.
Jerry, do you have any information on those?
What would you like? What would you like?
Is
What do you
this,
want to know about?
is this the company you're looking at?
What were the two symbols?
NEXN.
PAYO.
Wait, I'm sorry, NEX?
N. N is in Nancy. Nancy.
NEXN.
NEXN.
Okay, what was the other one?
PAYO.
One person at a time, please.
PAYO.
PAYO. Okay, thank you.
I just had a question. Jim, did Jim have another recommendation that we didn't look at for Sentinel-1?
No.
Yeah, Sentinel-1, 50 shares, and Sapiens, 50 shares.
Why do I not have this?
50 shares is nothing.
Yeah, no, I just
Oh,
the
Jim.
Sentinel-1. It had some good.
I had no idea how much money we'd have. I have no idea if Iteran was going to be sold. So I just put in a conservative thing just to have a place marker, just to have something in there.
I mean,
This is a 5-year chart, 4-year, what was it, 3-year chart? 3-year chart of Nexon.
Hey, you know, anybody can share the screen using the share screen button.
Yeah, you can if I knew how to use it. I'm
Well, I think
computer
Eileen
illiterate,
is,
Jeff. Sorry, I'm not as good as you.
you have to give us permission to do that, Eileen.
I don't know how to do that.
That's the chart on Nexon.
For how long
3
did you?
years, 3 years. And if you take a look, it's heading down.
Yeah.
Back in 2021, it was 17.50, got as low as $3.22. It's now 7.62.
Well, in my math, it looks like it's going up. I don't know where you say it's going down. If it's $3 and now it's $7,
No,
it'd be my math, it went up $4.
no. Well, yes, it's up from the low. Yes.
Okay, so it looks like it's possibly recovering and on its way up, possibly.
Can we watch it for a little bit? Watch it another month and see what
Yeah, we
happens?
could.
Yeah, 6 months ago it was 527. Today it's 799.
Well, it would be nice to have that as part of all the ones that we have a loss on, to have a little profit showing them some of our stock.
So,
All right, so that's that one. And how about PAYO? Anybody have a chart on that?
okay. Let's see. Come on, machine. All right.
This is 3 months.
6 months. Let's take 6 months. The low was 464 back in April. It's currently 743. Let me see if I can do this. This is not great, but sorry.
No,
All right,
it's,
go on. This is the low there, and that's
When was that?
in 6 months.
It's not doing a whole lot.
Is
Oh,
that
it's
year
near the-
near?
it's
Here's
near
one
the
year
high.
for the 52-week range.
This is 1 year. The low, or
What would account for that spike?
earnings report probably, or a buy of another company. I
Yeah,
don't
it could
know.
have been that.
News.
I don't
Could
know
have
the
been that-
company, so I couldn't, speculate on it.
Could have been that Singapore purchase
Could
of
be.
their business in mid August.
Yeah. Earnings came out August 7th. And so that's probably when it spiked.
Should we look at these two until next month?
So, I'm seeing on August, you said it was August 7th, Jerry, on August 12th in the news, right? This is why I'm using Yahoo Finance because it tells you the news also. Says, Payoneer account, announces commencement of an offer to purchase and consent solicitation regarding or relating to its warrants.
Yes. Warrants are an instrument that you can buy, and it is an option to buy the stock at a certain price for a certain period of time. Usually lower than the stock it's selling for.
Right, it's only
Usually, not
78
always.
cents.
So is that similar to an option?
Yes.
Okay. So I guess with that news, there was a lot of interest there, and it looks like, from what I'm seeing, may have accounted for that spike.
Yes, could be.
Because that offer of all its outstanding public warrants to purchase shares of its common stock per value 1 cent per share at a purchase price of 78 cents in cash without interest.
And that was all the shares? That's a buyout. Somebody's trying to buy the whole thing out.
I don't know. That's what it said in that August the 12th.
I think the company is trying to buy, the company itself is buying them back.
Right. Yes.
Oh, they're taking it private?
No, they're just buying the warrants. That's all. That's all.
Yeah, but they're buying
That
them.
doesn't mean they're going private. They're just buying the warrants. It's something that's out there that they want to get rid of. It's just like a preferred stock or a bond that they call in or refinance. That's all it is.
So then if the stock spiked up as a result of that, then that action must be favorable, right?
Could be, yes. And then once they're all bought up, there's, no, but they're canceled out and stock goes back down.
Mhm.
Can you expand?
As I
on that?
say, let's keep an eye on them for another month.
Mark, can you do that?
No, I will not do last month. You told me, let's do the next meeting. I'm not going to do another meeting. If somebody else wants to look at it in another month, I'll send them I'll scan it and send the information.
Well, what was
I
Mark,
can't go
what's-
month to month. Mark, can you wait? Mark, can you wait? I hate to be this way, but last month I brought it up. And you said, well, let's look at it next month.
Mark, what was your recommendation here?
Well, if you see, Jerry, I recommended 300 shares of Payoneer and 200 shares of Nexum.
yeah,
I mean, these
we're,
prices, it's pretty
I think
reasonably
what
priced.
you're talking about is really low prices and also low potential, and in very competitive fields. Quite frankly, You seem to be taking this as an insult. Don't. You did the research. Your research is good. And because of the research, I feel I don't want any part of it.
Okay.
Okay. But I appreciate, because I wouldn't be aware if you didn't bring this to me.
Sounds like
But
Shark.
Mark, by just keeping a finger on it for next month, we can see what it's done and have a better idea of what it's doing and where it's going, because we're not familiar with it.
Well, the best way to do that would be to buy a small number of shares, right?
Yeah, we can do that.
No.
But
Not
Then we're
necessarily,
looking
you don't
at
have to buy it.
there were several buy recommendations and no holds and no. I mean, we're not going to make much, but we're not going to lose much either. Right? To Jeff's point.
Okay, but that's not our purpose. You watch a stock and let's watch, and we may watch it for 6 months.
I agree with you
I don't-
that the research was good, but I think if somebody's going to go to that level of work to do it, we ought to at least get a small amount of it. It's not that much to lose, and then we can see what happens with it if we're looking to track it.
Just to get
I don't know here. I mean, it's just
I
hate to
think
see
we're
research
losing.
ignored.
We're losing a purpose here. Either we like it or we don't, or it's almost like a buy, sell, hold.
But also,
That what you're doing, you're holding the idea with a potential to buy it, and let's watch it, and it makes sense.
and don't
It
forget
does not
that
make sense to buy it. To Mark, please don't take this the wrong way.
Look,
We
well,
shouldn't be buying it to make you feel good.
and Nexon was a company we had before.
I looked at the charts.
Kenmore we had before.
No, I looked at the charts and we seem to agree the price has been going up in the last 6 months to 9 months. If there's a stock, I don't know, have all our stocks gone up in the last 6-9 months, like this one has on the market? We seem to be hesitant of buying a stock on the way up. I mean, the chart looked good, right? Would any of you not like to have had this stock 6 to 9 months ago at the price that it was, $3, and now it's $7?
1,000 shares, yeah.
All right, well,
At the last meeting,
At
the last meeting, the stock was sitting around $6.75.
Okay.
And now it's
$7.62 with a high of $8.29.
So it is going up.
That's Nexon.
that was the one that was Timor.
Yes, Tremor.
Tremor.
All right. Eileen said there's another one. Here's something I'll throw out on the other one. It piqued my interest. We had a stock called INNOVIZ.
Innoviz.
Yeah.
You had it for a long time.
65 cents a share. Today it was, I think 58.
Oh, we got rid of it.
New low. You sold it just a few months ago at $1.05.
All right. Target price, looking at the chart, looking at analysts and just, target price $3.05.
Not
Now,
interested.
It just got a report from NASDAQ. It's given a report that its stock is under $1.
And since it's under $1, they have until January to either get it back up over $1 or do something. And usually that something is a reverse split. Within the next couple of months, they will probably come out and do a reverse split. Which means if you buy 1,000 shares at, let's say, 60 cents, so that's $600, okay?
Right.
Reverse split, a 10-for-1 means that you will come out with 100 shares. The stock will now be, or your cost basis will be $6 and whatever it goes for. It's very rare that reverse split stocks go up. And we've had a shitload of them. The club has had a lot of them.
Hey, can you define that technical term, shitload?
Yeah, it's very, very technical.
Yeah, I think
Look at our portfolio.
Right.
I guess our appetite for penny stocks is lower than it used to be.
Well, that is the whole thing. We talked about this months ago. Instead of doing little things and making either little money or losing little money, we weren't doing anything much. And the idea was to try to pool our resources and make a bigger step. After all these years, we should be able to make a bigger step. And if we're going to make money, we'll make a bigger amount of money. If we're going to lose it, it'll be a bigger lesson.
Right, but something also is that we haven't always bought or sold. Well, primarily we haven't bought because, the cash balance has been low, right? Because then we've had to sell something else in order to do that on a position somebody liked.
But the thing is, we have met our obligations. We have paid people off. We have satisfied, when someone has passed away, we have liquidated, and we still have $461,000. Sitting here and not understanding all the terms or whatever. We're learning. This is a constant learning process. Jerry has been in this business for years, and I'm sure there are things that he doesn't know completely. If he did, he wouldn't need an apartment. He'd be living in a temple on the beach.
This year you liquidated out almost $76,000. The club would, if these people didn't liquidate or take out money, partial money, you'd be $76,000 richer.
It's a big deal.
Collectively.
Now, the club is worth 400, the market value is worth 467,000. Add that 76,000, you'd be 550,000. If nobody liquidated.
That's a big deal.
That's a lot of money, 75 grand.
Yep.
And that's just this year.
That's this year,
What are we
right?
gonna do? Change the rules so nobody can take money out?
We've done.
You're allowed to once a year.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Yeah.
By the way, I changed my name, in the bottom left of the picture of somebody. It's the same URL, the same link that's in the chat session, right? So if you go over to, if you can't
Right.
see it, there's more with the 3 dots above it, and you click
Right.
that and you can see the chat. But anyway, I did that just so, anybody could have that if they needed it, didn't see the chat session.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
right.
Okay, could I suggest that we, as was suggested by others, that we keep our finger on it and cover it next month and move on to something else, please?
Mark, would you do that for us? And you will be number 1 speaker next month.
Well, I'll be en route to Florida, so I'm not sure I'll be there, but I'll try to be there.
Or we will send Jerry an email revisiting those things, and we will bring it up at the meeting first thing.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
And I would appreciate that. All right, Jim.
Yes, Ron mentioned Zim, which I was the person covering Zim for a long while until the club decided to sell all of it. You want to put in a recommendation to buy some Zim now?
No, I want you to look at it
Yeah.
for next month.
Okay, Zim for next, Ron will be the lead on Zim or me? Ron, you want to be the lead on Zim?
I'd be glad to, and you know what, Jim, maybe I'll talk to you about it since you've been following it for a long time.
Yeah.
I've been following it longer.
But you're not a member of the club.
I know.
All right. There were 2
Wanna
other things
join?
that I brought up, and if anybody is interested,
Yeah.
one of them was Oddity, which makes Il Maquillage. It's a makeup line and treatment line that's doing really, really well.
Does it make people look good on Zoom?
It
Yes.
makes people look good on Zoom. Yes. And you see how the rosacea I have, if I put their makeup on that's green, it would actually make my skin look like Vogue magazine. That is the truth.
Have you used it?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I know
I've
a lot
used
of people. that
makeup
do.
and I've used 2 of their creams, 3 of their creams. So, and it's a good product.
Where is it sold? And
It
how
is
is it
sold.
sold?
It is sold online. It's sold in major department stores. You can
It's
buy
basically
it.
sold online.
Is it basically sold online? I mean, that's where I
Basically
get it.
sold
I
online.
don't go to stores anymore.
Yes.
I don't go to stores anymore. But
No,
what's
it's
good
online.
about their products, okay? I sound like I'm,
You are a spokesperson for it.
yeah, Vanna White. You can buy it, give them your credit card, you bring it home, and you can try it. And if you don't like it, you can send it back and they will never have charged your credit card. They don't charge your credit card until a certain amount of time when they know that you're going to keep it.
Wow. How do they make money?
Yeah.
The mean target price on Wall Street is 52.29.
Right now, it's
Wait, for what's the symbol, Jerry?
OGD.
I'm sorry, say again slower.
ODD.
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 So we already have 500 shares. What were you?
We could buy another 100. I mean, I'm making a motion to do that. I also had, at one point in time, made a motion to, or on a personal level, bought something that was an injectable that made your skin look better. And I lost my shirt on it. So I don't always make good decisions. But this, I think, is a good company. And it's apparently it's worldwide.
I'm just looking
Well,
here.
on the
at
plus
our chart.
side, it's
Okay.
Right now, it's got a minus 17%.
Yes, sir.
So we're taking a loss on it?
You're not selling it, you're buying it.
No, but I'm just saying the minus 17.2%.
Yes, sir. Take a look at InMode, it's 44% down.
Yes, so
So Rewalk is down 61%.
I'm saying, yeah, I'm just looking at that,
Yeah.
61% down.
It has a high
All
price
right,
target
so
though.
what's the big deal? Odd.
You don't think it's a
17%
big
is
deal, that's
nothing.
what I'm asking.
17% is nothing.
You mean it could be very different tomorrow?
It could be up tomorrow, it could be down tomorrow.
Could be up and down tomorrow.
Yes, it could.
What is the, I don't have it in front of me. What's the price range on that low high?
I don't have that.
52-week range.
What do we go on, Elbit?
Oddity, the low high.
Oddity,
50
43,
Oh, Scott's helping.
I have,
What
I have a high of 66, a
24,
low of 49.
52-week range was 24.20, 24.12 to 50.36 high. It went from 50.36 down to 24 and currently sitting at 36.
Right.
And they're supposed to have come out with a new product.
It's at its low.
And finding support here in this area. They're hooking into Middle East. Wall Street analysts see a 28% upside in oddity.
It's going down.
Mhm.
Here's
Does the
the
market.
chart.
So is the market.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's at its low right now. So
well, it was down.
Not
to-
it is low.
36 is lower than it's low. It's supposed to be.
That's
The
the
low
year,
was back
that's
in
the,
May,
that's the
low
year.
was
Back in May, it was way lower.
31.26 from 47.04, and it bounced back up and down.
I mean, if you want to wait and look at it next
Downward
month,
trend. Let's watch it.
let's watch it.
I'm just, I think we did enough for tonight.
All right, the only other
how
thing
much,
is,
how much do we
right,
have left?
what?
If we wanted to buy some more, how much money do we have?
12,400.
Jerry, can the watch list piece on my iClub, is that where we can put in stocks that we don't own? We just keep an eye on them?
I think so, yes.
Yeah, I did that a
Yes.
couple years ago.
Yes.
So when we do that, that's just for our account, or is that for the whole club?
That's just for you.
Okay.
I think we all see the watch list.
Watch list. What?
Don't we all see the watch list? And Jerry?
No.
I think that's just for him.
Yeah. Experiment with it, Jim.
There's two watch lists. There's one for the club and one for the individual.
But why 50 shares, Jim?
He
But
said,
they always
no,
think
wait,
so.
he just said he put in 50 shares because he didn't know how much money we had, and he just wanted, he uses the 50 as a placeholder.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Right.
Okay.
It's been a very good meeting, no matter how long it takes.
Yes, it has.
If we wanted, okay, we could buy 12,000.
Do you want us to buy oddity if we spend it on anything?
No,
Okay.
that was,
I
Well,
think
we're-
Eileen put a motion in to buy oddity. didn't you?
Let's, okay,
Wait, why not? Wait. We said
well,
we're
let's,
gonna
let's
watch
have a motion on
oddity.
oddity.
Let's
I'll make a
watch it.
motion to buy oddity. How many shares are you thinking of, Eileen?
100.
Okay, I make a motion for 100 shares of oddity.
I'll second it.
I'll second it.
Is there any discussion?
Yeah, I think we have money and we're spending it. We said we were gonna watch it. Why not just put it on the
I
watch
said
list?
you're gonna watch it.
And
Now, that was a
we go back to
suggestion.
that after we decided we were gonna watch
You
it.
already had a motion in,
But we never voted.
was never
Oh.
voted on.
All right, so Ron says to watch it. Linda said she thought we were talking about watching it. Let's vote on it. All in favor, and I need to see hands on this. All in favor of buying oddity? 1, 2, 3.
Four. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
I'll abstain. Not sure on this one.
All right.
4.
no,
Opposed?
Wait a minute. Wait. Opposed?
Opposed.
2.
Jim, which way you going?
I think I'm
All
gonna
right,
oppose this
Jim.
one.
Mark, which way you going?
I'm for it.
negative.
Okay,
Wait.
so 4, 4.
Wait, I thought people were asked to raise their hand if they were opposed to it.
Right.
No.
Put opposed.
All right, let's start all over again. All in favor, raise your hands.
To buy.
Bye.
1, 2,
1,
3,
2,
4,
3,
5.
4, 5.
2, 4, 6,
6.
7.
All opposed.
3.
1, 2,
Same
3,
abstain.
And then one abstention.
and 1 abstention. Okay, that means we're buying it.
I'm taking the chicken way out here, so neither the other two groups can beat up on me.
Oh, well, we're gonna do that anyway.
I
So
know.
that's only 50
Okay.
shares, you said, right?
100 shares, which is
100 shares.
$3,700. So what do we have left?
8,700.
87. All right. Jim. There were 2 other things. There was Sapiens and,
Sentinel-1.
Sapiens
And
and
Sentinel
Sentinel
one.
1.
but it can't be 50 shares. If you're gonna do something, it has to be more.
But the criteria is not the number of shares, but whether it breaks the Jerry's $1,000
Well, we're paying the
Shares-
same
shares people are paying the
commission, whether it's 50 or 100.
What's the stock symbol on this one?
Which one?
S for Sentinel and SPNS for Sapiens.
SPNS?
SPNS for Sapiens.
Sierra Papa November Sierra.
Right, it's not like they're new companies. We're buying them almost every other month. So,
Yes.
I've been putting them in for buying them every month.
But we don't always do it. We don't.
All
always
right,
do
this
it.
month
this
you
is
didn't buy 'em.
Sapiens. This is Sapiens. I think it's Sapiens. Yeah,
It's
this is
just S?
Sapiens. And this is Sentinel-1.
So it's not.
Sentinel 1 is a company that competes with CrowdStrike.
Yeah,
Security- Advanced security, uses AI and other state-of-the-art methods for security,
Yes.
computer security.
Sentinel 1.
Yeah.
Sapiens.
Oh, you want to know, so if you're talking about that, I was talking about Cognite.
Oh,
Wait, what
And
are we
Tom
doing? Right?
wasn't.
What are we doing right now? I'm
Oh,
lost.
wait a minute, you're
I'm
talking
lost
about,
too. I think we're,
You're getting off track.
Yeah.
Jim's got the floor. He does.
right.
He's doing Sentinel 1 and Sapiens.
Sapiens.
Yeah.
Well, which one do you want to talk about?
I'll talk about Sentinel. I'll put in 100 shares, which would use up a little under half of the cash we have.
Well, 100 shares would cost you 2,400. You have 8,700.
Okay. Does anybody want to ask me to raise the number of shares then?
300.
No.
I'd rather put it into Sapiens.
Hmm.
We only have 500 shares. 502.8.
792.
So we can do both. You can buy Sentinel and you can buy Sapiens.
Yeah,
So we have a motion to buy 100 shares of Sentinel. Do we have a second?
What's the price?
23. No,
23,
say 24, say 2,400 for Sentinel.
yeah, it's 2311 as of tonight. So
Say 2,400.
Yeah, I agree, 2400.
Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, sure. Is there any discussion on it? No discussion. Let's take a vote. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, we're buying 100 shares of Sentinel. And while we still have a couple dollars left, Jim, make that
You're doing Sapiens, Jim?
Yeah, we have, I think we could buy 200 shares and use
No.
still have some money.
No.
Over, no,
500?
no, not 500.
You could buy 100.
Okay, 100, I'll make a motion for 100 shares, 100 shares.
What's the price?
it'll be about $2,400.
No.
That's
Sapiens is 35.
3,600.
Yeah,
Wow, that's gonna leave us kind of low.
3,600, that'll
We
leave
only have
you with,
4,300 left.
6 from 13 goes 7, 3 from, that'll leave you with, 2,700.
That's okay. We usually like to keep it around 3,000.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
We've gone lower.
We'll have more dues coming in next month and everything's in. So we have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Any
Now remember,
discussion?
I'm also upping the prices on these things, so you may have extra money.
Well, we won't have extra money enough to hang into our account in case somebody kicks.
Not enough for an ice cream cone. All right, let's take a vote. All in favor of 100 shares of Sapiens? Opposed? Okay, done. I have to tell you that Jules is not here this month because he's on vacation.
No?
And his usual job is to adjourn the meeting.
Yeah.
I have a
Yeah,
question.
it's,
Eileen,
yeah, it's
Wait a
the
minute.
meeting.
Eileen,
Yes.
I have a question for everyone. Has anyone received emails I have on my work account from, and I'm looking at it now, from someone called Scott Israel in Colliers, Atlanta? Has anyone got in about real estate for sale in the South?
Somebody took Scott's name
hacked.
and connected to it. Yeah.
My name, oh, wow, thank you. I didn't know.
Unless there's another Scott Israel.
Well, the only Scott
Scott-
Israel I know is a sheriff or something in Florida. I heard
Scott,
that.
let me send it to you. What's
Please
your
do.
email address?
Your
What's your email address?
Scott.israel@me.com.
Is that the one you use that's in the header of the emails where we can
Uh,
see everybody's email address?
Probably, no, the one that sometimes I send something out from the iClub
Okay. So
Say that
Scott-
again. What was the at what?
at me.com. Scott.israel@me.com.
Yeah, it's the Apple.
Okay.
The old Apple one. They don't use that anymore, you know.
I use it
Oh, no, you
sometimes.
can use it if you have it, but.
All
you
right, so
can't get a new
Mark,
one.
was that Mark? Did you get the email address correct from Scott?
Yeah, scottisrael@me.com.
Yeah, Scott.Israel.
Yeah.
Dot
Scott.
Israel.
All right, okay.
And
I'm
they're
gonna
trying to
send it
sell
to
you
you now.
real estate? Wow, that's bizarre. Okay.
In
Okay.
Israel. All right. This is a very good meeting. Now, next month, we're meeting the following week. We're not meeting the first week. We're meeting the second week. Because if
The
I'm
ninth.
not mistaken, the first Wednesday is the Erev Yontif.
Right.
So I think our
Mhm.
our meeting
Good
is
night.
the 9th.
Well, it should be at the JCC. They should be done in the next week or two.
Yes.
What are they doing?
They're rehabbing the second floor for something, I don't know.
Well, I think they had the camp stuff there and they're
Well,
just.
they had the
trying to-
camp, and after the camp stopped, they started to rehab it.
Yeah.
And that's why we
So-
were supposed to go up there, but they weren't done.
Okay, so I make a motion that we adjourn the meeting. We have gone on for 2 hours and 5 minutes, a very productive,
It
good
was a
meeting.
very productive.
And we
meeting.
end with a Lashana Tova
Lashana
Mitzvah.
Tova,
a
I will
happy,
I'll second
healthy
the
new year.
motion.
A happy, healthy year. Please,
Tova Tikostevu, everybody.
All of you.
We're all in favor.
all right,
Take
I'm
care.
gonna sign everybody out now.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.